Alrighty, so a couple days ago, I did a video reviewing the UFC 6 beta after getting about 50 matches. And now the beta is over, unfortunately. And in that time, I was able to get well over 120 matches, not including the matches that you guys did with me. So really appreciate that. Those of you that hit me up for private fights, the matches I was able to get with Prioxes, the matches I was able to get with Anthony Romero. All in all, I probably did over 170 fights, and I used every single fighter in the beta extensively. I was not just focusing on one fighter the entire time. I would have days where I used just this guy and then this guy. I really wanted to test them all out. And in this video, I want to break down, review the fighters, because I mean, EA claims that UFC 6 is being powered by the fighters. So how well do these fighters actually do? How unique are these fighters? What would you expect when using these fighters? So let's start with Michael Venom Page. First of all, the fighters we had in the beta, we had Michael Venom Page, we had Alex Pereira, we had Dricus du Plessis, we had Robert Whittaker, and then we also had Brandon Allen, who was added in a patch, in a weird update. I don't know why they just dropped him in there. I don't know, maybe to throw us someone else that can grapple. I don't know, but let's start with Michael Venom Page. I think MVP is the most notorious fighter in the beta right now. The first thing you'll notice when you first pick up Michael Venom Page is that you can have a lot of fun going wild with his combinations. Not just that, Michael Venom Page has a lot of reach. When that man jabs or when that man throws a straight punch, it can hit you from ranges that you don't even think is possible. His animations, he really leans into it, and it's very similar to the way Venom Page fights in real life. Like when you watch him perform, it's almost like he is completely out of range, and the next thing you know, he just throws his entire body into it, and it feels like that in UFC 6. When Michael Page is throwing punches, he can hit you from very long ranges. And when he starts throwing combinations, considering the fact that in UFC 6, the combos are no longer limited like in UFC 5 and in UFC 4, I believe, when, you know, fighters had very set limit combos they can do. Right now, we have free flowing combinations, which means you can throw all kinds of shit. You can throw same hand combo. I mean, you can really mix things up. And players really had their fun doing that with Michael Page. And it can be very frustrating to deal with, very frustrating to try to get on the inside with this man. He also has very good footwork and also a very unique pivot reset that he does when you try to hit him, that has some very nice evasive properties in there that keeps you safe as the opponent is trying to block break you or trying to rush you down. Like basically, if you know what you're doing with Michael Venom Page, you can really go an entire fight without being touched. That is if the opponent is only striking with you. Another thing that makes Michael Page really hard to deal with are the hit reactions in UFC 6. UFC 6, unlike any other game, has hit reactions for every single interaction. So when you get jabbed, even if you block it, it moves your body. When you get straight punched, it moves your body. Hooks moves your body. Every shot you get hit moves your body. And this is something that we were asking for. I, for one, was asking for a lot, because this is the human body. You're not a freaking tank. You're not a stone wall. If you keep your block up and someone, boom, makes impact with your body, it will move you. Go watch any MMA fight. Every single impact, boom, it moves them. So this hit reaction also does a very good job of making the aggressive fighter a lot more technical with his aggression, right? Because if I'm just popping you and constantly, you know, I call it Kazushi, off balancing, you know, if you have a very off balance striking base, someone like Prioxes is very good at this. I realize just how good he is at this facing his MVP. His striking base, Pry's striking base, is based all around the Kazushi. Everything he does is constantly off balancing you. Boom, you're off balance. Boom, you're off. So now you got to figure out a way to slip that, right? And if they're reckless with MVP, it's extremely easy to deal with, right? Guys, players get in, they pick MVP, they think they can just fucking wail on you, and you can just get them out of there. But really smart MVP players who are using all of his movesets. They're moving very well. They're jabbing you. They're kicking you to the body. They're teeping you. They're using side kicks. Oh my God. Oh my God. It is a hard thing to deal with. I dealt with that shit with Pry. I dealt with that shit with Romero, and it's like it's so hard to deal with. It's so hard to deal with, and not in a, oh my God, this is cheese. No, 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 that's not what I mean. I'm talking in a, holy fuck, this is what it must feel like to fight MVP. You feel yourself like, dude, how the hell do I get you without grappling? Like, that's it. I just gotta grapple you. I have to grab a hold of your legs and get you to the ground, because if I don't do it, I'm not gonna be able to hit you. They nailed him so well. I do think, dude, I've spent 5 minutes on MVP. Oh my God, it's gonna be a long video. So, I do think they should probably nerf his combinations a little bit, because right now it's absurd. The speed is inhuman. It just doesn't make sense. So they should probably go in there and nerf it a little bit, especially as the combo strings extend. Maybe his 1-2, 1-2-3 can be really fast, but when he starts going wow, like let's start to slow things down a little bit, all right? Because like right now it's wild. So that's MVP. Really, really hard to deal with. And if you're the one using him and you're using him properly, you're going to feel like a ghost in there. I felt like a ghost using MVP. I can't be hit. I can't be touched. I cannot be touched. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Next up is, let's just get the big names out the way. Next up is Alex Pereira. I spent a lot of time using Alex Pereira because, like, Alex is someone that I focused a lot of attention on while trying to really push this fighter uniqueness thing. I made a whole animation on Alex Pereira, an entire animation on him. It's on my channel. I can link it right here. So I've studied Alex Pereira. I know how to move the way he does. I know how to punch the way he does. I know how to kick the way he does. If there's anyone that can look at an Alex Pereira animation and tell you if that's correct or not, it's me. And I don't say that often with as much confidence as I am right now. I put in the work. I did the research. And EA nailed him. They nailed Alex Pereira. Just, bro, from the way he moves to the leg kicks. He's got his regular leg kick and the calf kick. To his body kick, to his lead, the way he throws his lead kick to the head. From his oh my God, his overhand, his jabs, his straight. The only thing they're missing is his jab to the body. Alex Pereira has a very distinct jab to the body. They're missing that. That is the only punch they're missing. It's the only strike they're missing. Everything else is perfect. The roundhouse kicks to the body. His body hooks, where he keeps his torso straight, which makes it so hard to read. This is what he does in real life. They got it in the game, which is why when you start teeing off on people with body shots with Alex Pereira, a lot of time they don't know what's happening before they freaking fall over. He's a tank. He's a fucking tank, bro. What I was doing with Alex Pereira is just walking in front of my opponent and just planting my feet right there like a fuck. Like, okay, no matter what I'm being hit with, I just try not to move. And eventually, you find that shot. You can really play Alex patient. You don't need to throw too many combos. You don't got to go crazy. You can just plant your feet, stalk them. Take your time and stalk them. If they're throwing combos, all you need is one slip left hook. One slip, bang! I'm telling you, bro, it is glorious. Using Alex was so fun. So fun. He's fast, and his punches, they're not the efficient type, right? What I mean by that is you feel that these are heavy shots. It's like boom, boom, boom. Like the way they've represented impact in this game is so impressive. I love it so much. I don't have much else to say about Alex besides, I mean, he's a cheat code. Not to mention, the moment that flow state comes on, the moment that Alex Pereira flow state comes on, you better shoot a takedown, boy. You better shoot a takedown or you're dying. Like, I'm telling you, bro. Especially if the player has some brain cells. Basically, what this game is going to boil down to is, are you facing someone with brain cells or not? Because if you're facing someone with brain cells, what you'll realize is that the best players will actually use the fighter the way they were designed to use. That's what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing that the meta, the most effective tactic available is going to be Sim. Oh my God, I hope I'm right about that, but that's what I'm seeing right now based on the hardest matches I got in the beta. It wasn't the people trying to cheese, trying to spam, trying to block break or whatever. It wasn't, those guys were easy work. The guys that gave me the hardest time were guys who were using their brain cells, and I was beyond happy about that. I was full of joy for that. The other guy that I spent a lot of time using is Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker was very fun to use. I found that I really enjoyed using him the most in Southpaw for some reason. I don't know what it was, but when I went Southpaw with him, his straight hand down the pipe is so good. It's not quite as good as MVP's, but like it has such a snap to it, and it like he throws it from down here. It's not like up here where you can kind of read it. He throws it from down here and snaps it. They gave him a very unique uppercut, which that uppercut actually comes from a different fighter. You guys will see who I'm talking about later. And just the way he flows, it's classic Robert Whittaker. They also gave him that forward-moving blitzing left hook that he likes to do. Oh my God. They gave him that forward-moving blitzing left hook that he enjoys doing. It's in the game. He feels really, really, really good, especially when you start mixing in grappling and you really try to fight like Rob, which is like you're trying to be unpredictable, right? You're not being super 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 leg kick. No, you're lunging in from a mile away. Boom, hit him, back out, lunge in, hit it. Basically, if you try to fight the way he does, you have more success, and that's what I was hoping for with this game, bro. I was hoping for that. Out of all the fighters in the beta, the guy that I was most curious about and I spent the most time testing is actually Dricus du Plessis. And I know that one's going to be very surprising to a lot of people. Like, what do you mean you did not use Alex Pereira more? No, it was actually Dricus du Plessis. I fell in love with his efficient boxing, and I realized that I was having an easier time actually dealing with the MVP craziness with Dricus du Plessis. An easier time than I was having with Alex. Because like with Alex, like I'm playing this. I don't know. Maybe it's because like I didn't brawl too much with Alex. Maybe that's why. Maybe if I pushed forward and let combos fly with Alex, maybe I would have had an easier time. But with Alex, I was playing this stonewall type of style where I was just being super patient while maintaining consistent pressure. But like the hit reactions eventually will start to overwhelm me. I mean, I didn't lose to any MVP in this game besides Pry and Romero, just to be fair, to be honest. Like, it's crazy. But like with other guys too, using their MVPs, I would just feel like, man, I'm not finding my openings properly. But with Dricus du Plessis, I was able to not look for the opening, but create it. And I was creating the openings with head movement, just constant faking, move forward, duck, left, right, boom, boom. And most players could not handle that, bro. They would lash out, which is what I was hoping for. I was hoping for them to not be within themselves. They would lash out, and then boom, I would duck, slip something, counter it. I was having such a fun time using Dricus du Plessis. And when I layered in grappling with du Plessis, it was just complete. It was just a mess. It was a different thing. Like, it felt like I was du Plessis in there. When the more crazy you fight, and Romero was confirming this to me yesterday when we were fighting. The more crazy you fight with Dricus, like the more brain dead you fight with him, random freaking head kick over there, random overhand. The more crazy you fight with him, and you're mixing in grappling too. You got to mix in grappling with Dricus when you're facing a really good MVP or Alex, you have to. Those, you're not gonna be able to reach them the way you want. When you do that, MVP, not Dricus is a menace. He's a menace, and I think more players are going to realize that. They really will. And then last was Brandon Allen. I'll be honest, I did not use Brandon Allen too much. He still has different punch animations than he did in UFC 5. People were saying it's the same exact. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. But it's not as in your face as Alex and the rest of the guys, because Brandon Allen is a more generic guy in real life anyways. Like, there's some fighters that their animation, their real life, the way they throw punches are not as recognizable. You know what I mean? Like, if you see Alex throw a left hook, you know who that is. But if I asked you, what does Brandon Allen's left hook look like? You probably don't know, right? If I said, what does Conor McGregor's left straight look like? You know what it does. If you saw a shadow of it, you would know that's Conor. But if I asked you, what does Renan Barão's straight punch look like, you would look at me like, bro, I don't fucking know. Exactly. Some fighters have more generic style animations, meanwhile others are more recognizable. And I feel like those guys are going to stand out in UFC 6, and the other guys are going to have like a mix of a combination of some unique stuff, some generic stuff, and I think that's fine, bro. I think it's fine. I don't have any issue with it. So I didn't spend a lot of time using Brandon Allen. I didn't really want to strike with him. He's not really a striker. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, and I really did not want to spend a lot of time grappling in the beta. I used him maybe 10 times at most, I would say. And I mean, what can I say? He felt all right. Definitely not a fighter I would have added. I don't know why they added him. I don't know. It's like, I don't get it. You know, like, you could add Anderson Silva. You know, put Anderson Silva in there, man. Put Israel. I don't know why Brandon Allen, a more generic character. It's just some of the decisions just make no sense. But yeah, that's really it, man. That's really it. The fighters, if it continues this way, like, dude, I'll say, if I have about 6 or 7 truly unique fighters in each weight class, I'm good, bro. Personally, I'm fine. I'm fine. And it's looking like EA is gearing up to give us more than that. You know, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I know we focused on some of the negatives and stuff, and I've already addressed that. If you want to hear me talk about the negatives, take a look at my review of the beta. That's not what this video is about. I just wanted to bring attention to just how well they handled these fighters, man. As someone who has been begging and preaching for fighter uniqueness since the UFC 2010 days, even before a lot of you guys even know, even before a lot of you guys even knew about these UFC games, I've been asking for this stuff. You know, no one has been asking for this stuff more than I am. So you got to understand why I'm excited, why I'm happy that we're finally getting fighter uniqueness, man. You got to understand. And it's like EA is going in that direction. In UFC 5, they gave me the submissions that I've been asking for, right? And now they're giving me my fighter uniqueness. So it's like, I'm happy, bro. Like, I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to pretend I'm not. I'm not going to pretend I'm not. And my stats show it. I've played EA Sports UFC 6 in a couple days more than I've played UFC 5 in months. Not just UFC 5, bro. All these other games, dude. And it's because I'm picking the fighter and I can roleplay. And not just I can roleplay, the game is doing things to consistently encourage you to roleplay. The flow state is there to encourage you to roleplay. The more you fight like the fighter, the more your flow state bar is going to fill up. The more your perks activate, right? And then they're giving you these unique attributes for the fighters that when you start using them the way they fight in real life, you're seeing success. I'm so glad they're finally doing that. And my hope is that whoever the best player will be in UFC 6, whoever it is, my hope is that it will be a sim player. It will be a sim player. That's my hope. You know? That's my hope. Maybe the grappling will ruin that, because there's still quite a bit of cheese when it comes to the grappling, you know? But we'll see. We shall see. that does it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review of the fighters. Give me your thoughts. Give me your experience using the fighters and facing the fighters in the beta. Were you starting to get a hang of the way the game works before the beta ended, or did you feel like you needed more time? Just give me your thoughts in the comment section. Like I always say, I do not delete comments. If you write a comment and you don't see it anymore, I swear to you, I did not delete it. It disappeared somehow. So I don't delete comments. If you want to leave whatever comment you want to leave, go right ahead. I appreciate the engagement. I really, really do. It really helps me out. So I truly want you guys to engage. Give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think in the comment section. If you love it, if you hate it, if you think it's trash, if you think it's great, leave all of that in the comments below. I really appreciate it. So thanks for watching again. I'll see you boys later. Peace out. Have a good one.